Everybody asking about your time.
I think we are ready when you are, Travis.
Hi, my name is Travis TMoe, and my internship topic was on technology and computer programming. Why did I choose programming? When I first entered governor's school, I was excited to take the computer programming class. I always thought computer programming was going to be like a viable career option for me. And then once I entered the class, I enjoyed the challenge it presented me, as well as the sense of accomplishment I got from completing the programs. I would often spend hours every night trying to finish the latest project, and my mom would often yell at me saying, "Hey, get off the computer, you need to do your other homework." But this is just super fun. And then like the tic-tac-toe, this is one of our final projects. I spent hours every night trying to do this project, and it ended up being like 2,000 lines of code. But I really enjoyed like the problem-solving aspect programming offered. And then my research. My research topic was improvements in technology and programming over time and their effects on society. Well, that's obviously a really broad topic. So I broke it into like the military, general public, and education. So for the military, these are, military is constantly coming up with like new innovations for technology. And these two things are like the ones that stuck out to me. The Stuxnet virus, it was a computer virus that America made to help destroy Iranian centrifuges. And then also this drone, like they're coming up with drones that can destroy radar systems without human confirmation. And like both of these kind of bring up like raise questions because like the Stuxnet virus actually got out into the public and caused some problems. And then also they're coming up with like ethical questions for the drones. Should they be able to kill people with like without human confirmation? So, and much of the technology we use today has developed from the military, so such as like digital cameras and the GPS. And the general public is starting to rely more and more on technology. And I believe that with this increased reliance, as well along with like a decrease in like understanding of the technology they're actually using, has resulted in a society that can no longer sustain itself without the use of technology. And then technology and education, I hope this will kind of alleviate the burden of in society not understanding the technology, because I really think that's a problem. And Scratch, I really believe like this is a programming language for like younger kids. It's been taught to kids as young as 6. And it kind of gives them like the basic ideas of programming, such as like loops and different things like that. It's also like I believe that it also helps with problem solving in younger kids. My mentor, Roman Radford, he is an extremely smart man. He went to University of Virginia and got his bachelor's in mathematics, and then later went to Penn State and got his master's in mathematics. And he knows 10 different programming languages. He taught them all to himself. And currently he owns his own company where it's just him and he does private contracting work. So for my internship, me and Roma Radford, we focused on parsing a CSV file so we could display it on a web page. So it will help me with my community service later. But parsing a CSV file is basically when you create a program to read a table like in an Excel document, and then you have the program read it so it displays on a website how you want it. And but most of the code we did was in HTML and Golang, which is a programming language sponsored by Google, and it's very similar to Java, which you programmed in the class. So that kind of helped me. I could read the code and understand the code, but I couldn't exactly write the code. So it kind of gave me it was kind of cool. And so Google, he didn't live close to me, so we had to do Google Hangouts. So we did, which is basically like a virtual meeting place. So we would do, he would walk me through the process while I shared my screen with him. And but the very first meeting that we had was in a lounge, and it was kind of cool because it was a lounge where there's a whole lot of computer programmers together, and they were all this really smart self-contracted ones, and it just seemed so relaxed. But while we were there, I had to set up a virtual machine on my computer so I could run Linux, which is the operating system that he programs in. And this is our final product that we had for my internship. So he has like the information we used for like parsing the CSV file was this from his Daylily website, you can buy and sell plants. He's really into plants. So we had it so you could like have the name, the price, the source, and whether or not it's available. So you would search something like ego, and then the plant name ego would pop up, or maybe the suggested match. And then for my community service, well, I really wanted to. Well, I wanted to computerize the church cemetery records, and the reason I wanted to do this was because there's a lot of people come to the church wondering, is this person buried here? And it's all manual records, and it's not. And I thought it'd be much easier if it was computerized and just help alleviate that tedious process. So I got the information. So I went to the graves. There's all 579 of them. Recorded the birth and death dates, verified the information they gave me, and then Roma and I worked together to put it into this website. So, so you can see like the first and the last name and stuff like that, and then you can search something such as Cosner, and then you click on the one for like more information, and then something like Emery Clarence Cosner can show up, and you'll have the birth date, the death date, as long as like the location in the cemetery. And I hope later this summer I can add a picture or something like that for each one. But my favorite part about doing this was Roma. He would, like he said, like I'm gonna use Bootstrap formatting for the just for the layout of the website, and he gave me a website and just says, here you go, good luck, I hope this helps, and then try to figure it out yourself. And I was like, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the challenge again. So, and I hope to later put this up on the church website. I'm not completely done with it. And Roma said he'll host it. What have I learned? Computer programming is definitely something that I want to pursue, and I plan to do so at the University of Virginia, the School of Engineering. And then my advice: definitely do your community service or internship over the summer, because especially if you're busy like me and have a lot of sports and stuff, then that really helps. And then also ask a lot of questions, because I was afraid to look stupid in front of my mentor at first, but once I started asking questions, I really I feel like I really got more out of it that way. Any questions?
Talk to me some more about Scratch.
Scratch, it's like, okay, so basically it's a computer program where it's kind of, you have like, it's hard to explain, but you have this like that little cat looking thing, and then you can have it do different things, such as like walk around or do something in a cycle. So it kind of teaches them for loops and stuff like this. So like while this is happening, then you should do this. So it kind of teaches them the basics of programming. And I also believe that since you're doing like stuff like programming, it helps with like their logic skills and maybe their problem solving skills.
This had to begin somewhere. You know, where was it as you were growing up? You said, I wanted to know how this works. Where did that come from as you began with computer games? How did that happen?
Well, I'm not exactly a video gamer or anything like that, so I don't exactly fit the computer programming type, but I've always been good at math, and I've always enjoyed a challenge and problem solving. So I really thought computer programming would be something for me. So
So the first time you experienced computer programming was when?
well, I kind of always had an idea that computer programming was pretty cool, and I knew it would be something. I mean, they make good money, and I mean, I thought that was a good idea, and it also uses my talents. So I think once I got into the computer programming class, I really learned that this is what I want to do. And then when I already had in mind to do an internship with Roma, and so I mean, that's what I wanted to do, and he really helped me like learn. That's what
Concrete.
yeah, that's what.
Do you see yourself as a computer programming entrepreneur at some point, or in the future, if you could project right now, do you think you'll be working on your own kind of like Roma, or do you think you'll be working for something? What do you think?
I think it would be really cool to be an entrepreneur and do something like that. So I actually at UVA, I hope to minor in business there. So if not, it'll help me understand how business works in the first place. And if not, I mean, it could also help me start my own business.
Correct. So we're looking at some things in terms of Blue Ridge curriculum. We've had a lot of students who've gotten really interested in programming through the programming class, and particularly this year, we've seen a lot of interest. And we're hearing a lot from our grads that they're using programming skills in a variety of different ways. So we're looking at trying to figure out how to move that from, maybe the first exposure to programming in grades before 11th grade, because you guys don't, obviously didn't take it until 11th grade. Any suggestions on what we should be kind of focusing on, or kind of things that we might bring in at younger grades, or even working with the other school systems, to bring in things at other grades?
Well, actually, I think you guys did a great job with the one in 11th grade. But I mean, I guess a couple things you could do is like just learn like the vocab and stuff. I didn't exactly understand what, like when Mr. Reynolds was giving us certain things, I wouldn't exactly understand what he wants me to do because I didn't understand what the programming languages stuff was. Same with Roma. He would say, "Have you done this?" And I'm like, "What?" Or I mean, I just wouldn't understand it. So I think that would actually really help.